Mike, obviously with 3 days off, it's nice to have a full day practice before that first game back.
Well, it's good. It concerns me a little bit that Columbus is playing, just because of the fact if you watch this practice, you'd know we were a little bit rusty to say the least. So, but ideally we'll be better tomorrow and get ready for them.
What do you think it says about Marleau and his role here that he would take in Austin for Christmas when he didn't have his family here in town?
Well, that's the only one that's covered in the paper or whatever you call those things on, in the press or whatever you want to call it. But there was lots of that going on. That's the one that talked about. But we got good guys on our team, and it was important that everyone was looked after for Christmas. Even guys who got injured and had to change their plans and stuff like that. It was important they had a place to go, and so our team reached out to those guys and made sure they were looked after.
Have you seen an evolution in Marleau's role with the team in his second year here?
Well, I suppose there was an evolution. I mean, Patty's been Patty since well before we got him, obviously, and he knew why he was coming and what his job was when he arrived. And I think as the guys got to know him better, they might be more comfortable with him. I don't think he's necessarily any more comfortable. He was a man already, but he's a real good person, and he has a ton of the attributes that we want a Leaf to be. And so I think it's imperative that you have good people leading.
What does it say about Austin that he got voted into the All-Star game despite the injury and missing all those games?
Well, I don't know exactly how the process works, but it's a fan vote, totally. Yeah. So obviously, I mean, good for him, a good player, and at that time in his career, that a lot of notoriety right now, and I mean, he's exciting, and it's exciting for our franchise. I don't know how much it plays into which franchise you're with as far as fan votes go too. I don't know about that, but obviously he's a good player, and it's good for him. It's a real compliment to him from the fans, and you always want to be good to the fans, and they'll be good to you. And obviously, with the skill set he has and the demeanor he has, there's a lot to like.
How do you think Johnson's fit on that to their side?
I think that line's been good. Obviously, I think Johnson and Kapanen have played real hard. Now, a level watermark, when is it, and how long can he maintain it? I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to keep watching. But Johnny's done a real nice job of getting to the net. He's done a real nice job of staying on his feet. Early going, he wasn't able to do that. He's been able to handle the cycle, and he's taken care of the puck and worked. And so I think they've done a good job. I mean, obviously, we'd like to have three dominant offensive lines. But, that's important that Johnny plays well if we're going to have that.
Did you know what you could expect from those two guys in particular coming in here, or was it kind of waiting to see?
Well, no, I didn't know. Like anybody who can tell you that they knew is full of it. We watch them every day, and that's the beauty of it. That's why when you look at the draft, sometimes it's upside down because even the experts don't get it right, and those are the real ones. So that's just the process. Now, we'll know in 5 years what's happened, but right now both guys are doing a good job.
Might you explain Trevor Moore's role to him a little bit?
No. He's where he is. He's on the power play, and he's taking a regular shift, and so he's going to do the same thing. And then as time goes on, we'll see what happens. But last game we had a lot of penalties in the first period, if I'm not mistaken, and he hardly got on the ice at all. And then one of the power plays, he never got out there either, just because one of the guys was stuck out in the offensive zone. They never got out. But we plan on him playing on the power play and playing a regular shift with those guys, whatever that regular shift may be.
Igor back to 100%?
Well, it was hard to tell if anybody was 100% today. So, well, how about if I say, well, no more tomorrow night at game time? How's that? I think health-wise, yes.
How often would you talk to Willie during this production slump he's got going through right now?
Well, when I talk to Willie, we never talk about production. So I never ever talk to players about production. I just talk to players about process and working hard and competing and doing little things in the game that allow you to be successful. When I met with Willie today, and I did meet with Willie, all I showed him was all the battles he won last game, because I thought that was his best effort, and I think it's important to understand that it was a good effort for him, and we want him to continue to just work hard and compete, and when he gets his feel back, the rest of it will come.